I was never supposed to do this. I wasn't supposed to speak up. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Gemstone coming to you back again with another video. And as promised, I was going to make a video for my black women out here that are currently, on their spiritual path, on their spiritual journey. So before I even get into the video, I'm going to go ahead and put my notes down and let this be known. This video is for black women. In case y'all haven't noticed, I am a black woman. Surprise, right? Okay. I don't know why some of y'all watch my videos and just forget that, but because I am a black woman, I'm going to talk about shit that black women deal with. So I know a lot of you watching this will not be black women, and that's perfectly fine. We all know y'all can't mind y'all business when it comes to us. But when it comes down to it, be respectful and watch and, don't cause any ruckus, okay? I ain't got time for it. You will be blocked and deleted. I ain't got time for it, and I'm not dealing with the disrespect. I'm not here for the All Lives Matter committee when it comes to this. I feel like black women, we already deal with enough of people trying to quiet our voices, and when we speak up about things that in particular that pertain only to us, and we're always trying to be like hushed and silenced, and I'm not gonna allow that shit here. So I'm gonna let you know straight up, don't even bring that shit here, because I will not allow it. So with that being said, now I know I told y'all in my last video that I was going to talk about how I feel like as black women on our spiritual journey, whatever that looks like for you, we have to move different because of the things that we deal with. We deal with so much different shit, y'all. Like, we face challenges and issues that no other race of person has to deal with, and no other race of woman either. You know what I mean? We have so many different things that we're fighting against to stop us from reaching our sovereignhood, if that's the right way to say it. And as we go on our journey to connect with our higher selves, that takes a lot of shedding of a lot of played out ass shit, honestly, that we've been taught from generation to generation, especially within the black community and even just in general with the world. Okay, so understand that I know how hard it is. I really do. I know how hard it is to shake these things, and I'm in here with you. You know what I'm saying? Been black since the day I was born in this lifetime, so I understand. You know what I mean? A couple of things that I wanted to talk about, because y'all, when it comes to us being on our spiritual journey, our healing looks different. Black women, we do heal differently because we have different things to heal from, and we have different things that we face all the time. We have to fight racism. We have to fight sexism. We have to deal with internalized misogyny. For those of us who came from religious backgrounds, we got to deal with church hurt. I know I definitely did. Or religious conditioning. And that plays a very big role in us being black women, because y'all know how the church loves to brainwash us the most, because they also use us the most. You know what I'm saying? We have to combat colorism within our own communities. Dealing with elders that never really looked out for us, but rather saw us as competition. And I'm talking about older women. Okay? And that's why I thought it was so funny that some people got offended and got mad, really, and had the nerve to try to tell me what I can and cannot say on my channel. Because they thought when I made the comment in my last story time about that girl that, tried to go off on me that I was saying something about all white people being horrible or evil. And my whole thing is this: if that's what I meant, that's what the fuck I would say. But I feel like those of you who are smart enough to understand, you got exactly what I meant by that. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that we really do face. But I'm gonna get into that later on, okay? Because I don't want to make this video too long. Yeah, it's so much shit we gotta face, which some of the things that I, just rattled off real quick, like, that's not even the most of it. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with coming from a community that's at the bottom, but at the same time wants to treat us like shit. You know what I'm saying? And they want to place all the blame on us as the women in the community. You know what I'm saying? So we're on top of trying to heal from this sort of trauma and things. We've also been faced with like molestation. We're dealing with murders, and abuse and all that. Y'all, I did some research and it says 1 in 4 black women, or black girls rather, will be sexually assaulted before the age of 18. And I know that's something a lot of us deal with, and that's something that blocks a lot of us who may have gone through that. And it's something very big to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making light of the situation at all. But that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Then for every one black woman who reports a SA, at least 15 other black women don't report it. So y'all, that means like the statistics they're not even accurate. You know what I'm saying? Whatever percentage that they said, I think it's like 62 or something like that. Y'all, it's way more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to like 90%. I would not be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Or at least 80s. Black women, as y'all know, okay, we're 2.5 times more likely to be murdered by men. And let me stop right there real quick, because these are not random strangers and these are not the police. These are people that we know. These are people that look just like us. These are men in our communities. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, we deal with a lot of psychological abuse. As you can see out here, unless you've been living under a rock, black women are being drugged and have been drugged online up and down these virtual streets for a while now. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just getting worse. You know what I mean? Because people feel more emboldened. And it's by everyone. It's by the men in our communities. It's by other women in our communities. It's by people outside of us. And I say community, y'all, because I don't really believe that there's a black community anymore. I just think it's a whole bunch of black folks. And if I just keep it real, you know what I mean? The community being gone. Maybe it used to be one, but it ain't no more. So we deal with a lot of psychological abuse. People constantly trying to humiliate us, degrade us, put us down, verbally abuse us. And the craziest thing, y'all, is like we deal with it even from each other. And when I say each other, I mean other black women. And this brings me back to, what I was saying about a couple people trying to come for me in my last video about them misunderstanding what I was saying, or trying to really gaslight me, to be honest. And the funny thing is, like, whenever we speak the truth, we get attacked. And unfortunately, I don't feel like that's something that's going to change. You know what I'm saying? So I know y'all probably like, okay, why are you reading off all these statistics and things like this? When I'm talking about like a spiritual journey and us choosing to tap into our higher self, our divine feminine, you know what I mean? Because y'all, this is a lot of shit that we got to deal with. This is a lot of shit that we have to fight. This is a fight like no other. And I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what class you come from. All of us have dealt with shit on this list that I just named out. And all of this has the potential to block us from being our most sovereign self. You know what I'm saying? And this is not on some pro-black, black supremacy shit, because I'm not a part of that, child. I fell for that shit when I was younger. I ain't with that shit at all. I don't even rock with that. But there's truth in the fact that black women are the mother of civilization. That does not mean we are everybody's mother individually. You know what I'm saying? For the slow people. But at the end of the day, y'all, like, everything boils down to the oldest person, being found, or their body being found, was a black woman. Black women, for God's sakes, we have the freaking Eve gene. You know what I'm saying? No other race of woman has that. So that shows you how much power we have. But over centuries and decades, we've been made to feel like we're lesser than. We've been made to feel like we're not good enough, from our hair to our bodies, our facial features, the way we talk, everything. You know what I'm saying? While simultaneously everybody copying what we do, but putting us down when we do it. That's a lot of shit for us to deal with. And that is a serious mind fuck. And with all the things that I put out here, y'all, like, it makes it, I feel like 10 times, if not 100 times harder for us to heal and achieve our highest self, and to go through our spiritual journey. Because we're fighting a lot of shit. We're fighting a lot of mental conditioning that was passed down throughout the generations, from woman to woman, each and every woman in our generation. You know what I'm saying? From colorism, feeling like we're too dark, our hair's too nappy, always just being picked apart, dealing with microaggressions at the workplace. And child, don't even get me, or in general, shit, not even just at the workplace. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole nother point. But we dealing with a lot of shit, y'all. And that's why it's so important for us to watch how we move out here, because we cannot allow ourselves to keep allowing these energy vampires, all these things, all these people that come for us, they are energy vampires. Why do you think, like, have y'all paid attention to how whenever somebody's trying to be put on, they have to disrespect a black woman first? Have y'all caught on to that? Because I have. They have to disrespect black women first. Have y'all also caught on to the fact that we have a whole bunch of fake ass allies pretending like they have our back and want our anger in order to fulfill their agenda and support their movements? But then whenever we want to talk about our issues and our plight and our pain and what's going on with us, we're told to shut up and stop being so angry, even though our anger is beneficial to them. You see how they try to weaponize that shit against us? You see what I'm saying? That's a serious mindfuck, y'all. It's a serious mindfuck. And it's meant, I feel like, to make us feel shame, to bully us into silence, to make us bow our knees and continue being the help, to continue being, having that servant attitude, child. And I'm seeing, even right now while I'm talking, I'm seeing the connections even with religion. You know what I'm saying? And how we're brainwashed into being a certain way. And it's honestly, y'all, it's sick. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with you if you choose to be a religious person, but also have an open mind enough to think for yourself and understand what is, constraining you. So, another thing, y'all, that we deal with and we face is, the world expects the most from us while giving us the least. And that goes from being on a job. You know, I've definitely been in this situation. Shit, damn near my whole life, working life, is, you know, being on a job. I'm putting in overtime. I'm training people when I'm not even a supervisor. You know what I'm saying? And just for them to look over me and promote somebody else. Or, and then the crazy thing, y'all, is like we do the most, right? But instead of them appreciating it, they look at us like there's an expectation. Like we were supposed to do that anyway. And I know if you understand me, if you feel me, you feel exactly what the fuck I just said. You do. And you know I'm telling the truth. And they only do that with us. I'm not gonna lie to you. They don't do it to the degree that they do with anybody, with us, with anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, it's crazy. The shit that we have to deal with. We're always expected to, you know, give until we deplete ourselves. You know what I'm saying? They want to, you know, taking our energy, physical energy. They don't care about our health. They want to work us down to the bone. So you see the connections that I'm making with everything. And if you haven't caught on yet, just give me a second. I'm gonna connect it all in a minute. We're also taught that we need to tolerate disrespect. And I wanted to, let me put my little notebook down on this part, okay? Because I wanted to speak on this. Because there was someone on my previous post that was trying to argue with me. And I have no idea what race this person was. When I made the comment about the chick who, you know, came at me sideways, that was supposedly a friend, but threw a racial microaggression at me. You know, the whole angry black woman thing, right? They were trying to argue with me in my comments back and forth, and the funny thing, y'all, is it only took me about 40 seconds to say anything about that. That wasn't even the whole video. The video was like 26 minutes long, but they were so focused on 40 seconds of what I said regarding race and that woman being white, and me making the connection that I made and me standing my ground, because I don't make excuses for racial microaggressions or ignorance, which is something else they don't like us doing. But there was someone trying to argue back and forth with me, and like I said, I don't know what race this person is, but they were trying to tell me I was out of line. Now, because I know this person is probably still watching, but even if they're not, it doesn't matter, because I've already blocked them from this channel. So if they leave in comments, ain't nobody gonna see it. So for someone who cannot post their real picture or any content of their own to try to run to my account and tell me that I did not experience what I experienced as a black woman and that I don't know what I know, when I spent 30 years of my fucking life being black and had my very first racist experience at 8 years old, living in the South, in Texas, might I add. For someone who's too much of a coward to even put your real self out there online or even create your own content, you have no line to put me in or for me to be out of. So until you stop being a coward, don't run over here and try to tell me what to do on my shit. And you ain't gonna never be able to do that. And that goes for anybody else. But what I thought was so funny, what this person has said, because I don't know their gender or anything like that, right? Is they automatically ran to the defense. And this is something I notice a lot of us do. We make excuses for other people, and we try to understand other people when they don't do that for us. Okay? They don't. They automatically mark us off as having a bad attitude, being angry, being fucked up or evil somehow, right? So they assumed, they was like, well, maybe, you know, she could have been going through all these other things. Well, did it ever stop to, did it ever occur to you that I could have been going through something too? Oh, it didn't. I wonder why. So y'all see what I'm talking about? And the funny thing, y'all, about microaggressions is that they're so small that most people don't notice them. But when you're on the receiving end of it, oh, you notice that shit because something don't feel right about it. You know what I'm saying? Especially to people, people that are not even of your race, they probably ain't even gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Some do, but it is what it is. And y'all, the crazy thing, and I'm right now, I'm gonna do a little bit of venting. Is like, not only do we have to watch how we move, with people outside of our race, we gotta watch how we move with people in our own race, and that's men and women. Because, like I said, black men are over here tarnishing our image, tarnishing our self worth, up and down these streets like fucking crazy on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And you would have to be living under a rock to not see that. And then you got black women doing the same thing to each other, trying to silence each other's voice, trying to oppress one another. You know what I'm saying? Trying to gaslight one another. And it's like, we can't really trust anybody out here. And I'm not saying this for you to be paranoid. I'm not saying this for you to be walk around being hateful, but I'm saying this to be aware, because where this ties into you trying to achieve like your highest self and tap into your sovereignhood, which is rightfully yours, because it's about damn time as black women that we do this and connect to our higher self, our divine feminine within, which is very powerful, might I add. The world is not going to like that. The world is not going to like us doing that. The world is not going to like us taking our cape off and stop trying to save everybody fucking else. The world is not going to like us focusing and put our attention, our love, and our energy back to where it belongs, which is ourself. Putting ourself first. Going within. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, like, they're gonna take it personal. They're gonna take it very personal. You know what I'm saying? And especially, as you can see on my whole little situation, when you start to go within, people want your energy so bad, and this is not necessarily only to black women. But as you can see, when you start to pull away your energy from the people that was leeching off of it and mooching off of you, off of your supply, they start going crazy without that shit because they feel entitled to it. So don't be surprised when you do that. When you start stepping into like a period of isolation to go within and start to really do the work and reflecting on things and doing the shadow work and all that stuff, some people gonna take that shit real personal because they feel like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? That no. You're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? And some people may take it as you having an attitude, because let's just keep it real. If we ain't out here, and I love these women, so this is no shade, but if we are not out here acting like Lizzo or Tiffany Haddish, there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't out here, tap dancing and entertaining everybody else and helping everybody else, there's a problem. But what I want to say is do it anyway. Focus on you anyway. Connect to your divine feminine within anyway. They don't matter. Other people trying to tear down our image does not matter. And I'm going to tell you right now, straight up too, the attacks on your self-esteem are going to come. And I'm talking in your personal life. Because they don't want to see us rise. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see us rise. Because that's not the position that society set for us. That's not the position that society set for us. So we're getting out of that box. And not only are we getting out of it, we're destroying it. So they can't have that. But they're going to have to. They're going to have to take it. Because at the end of the day, y'all, like, it's so much I can say on this. But I know the truth. I know the truth about being a black woman. And one thing I will say, even just with me being on this platform, I'm well aware that there's people subscribed to my channel that are racist as hell. Cause I sit and I click through some of y'all profiles when y'all subscribe to me. And I see the type of shit y'all be looking at or subscribe to. I'm also well aware that some people come to me just to feed off of my energy, off of the encouragement that I put out. And why do you think I decided to take that shit back? Because that shit was draining me. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, you may disappoint some people, you may piss some people off, but continue and stay on the course to reach and connect with your higher self, your divine feminine. Because y'all, it's time. We don't have to be the help. We don't have to be we don't have to accept the treatment that we've been accepting. You know what I'm saying? We can rise above that and step into our sovereignhood. We really can. We can reconnect with that because it's in us. It really is. And one thing I will say for sure, and two things for certain, Black women, we are definitely a resilient bunch. We definitely are. And I'm not trying to say this in the whole, be strong, because I really hate that. I really hate that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of our, the women before us, our ancestors before us were strong because they had to be. They didn't have any other choice. But they're giving us a chance to rest and to heal. So take it. Okay? And just watch who you hang out with. Watch who you attract, because, and I'm so glad I remembered this before I ended this video, y'all. There are going to be some people, when you start to connect to that, your light is going to go from being like really tiny to shining brighter and brighter and brighter the more and more you get connected with that, with your divine feminine, and with your higher self and your sovereignhood. And that's going to attract with any lights. Sometimes it attracts moths, you know what I'm saying? Or other little creepy critters, you know what I'm saying? That just kind of want to come around and poke their nose around and see what's going on so they can get a little taste of that divine energy. And that's why we have to really watch how we are. You know what I'm saying? We got to watch who we befriend, who we date. Oh my God, y'all. One thing I learned from trying to put myself back out there and dating. Baby boom, no. It's too many broken ass men and way too many broken ass Black men out here. And I'm sorry if y'all get offended by that. If you're a Black man, I don't care, because if it don't apply to you, let it fly. But y'all know I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it's not our job to fix them. It's not our job to fix anyone anymore. It is our job to heal from our trauma, from our pain, and to rise above it and walk in our power. Okay? I'm going to stop rambling. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Keep it respectful, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.